And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road. As we are today. We are here live again. Poor Travis Deli, the best steam sandwich in the Tri Cities, bar none, folks. Challenge you to go find one because you won't. It is the best. 543-6128. If you don't have lunch plans, come by here and sit down, dinner, dine with us, or get it to go. Either way, of course, we got the tables behind us. Got the soda fountain over my shoulder. We got what? About 10 different kinds of potato chips to choose from. You got 10 cases full of everything conceivable from Coca-Cola products, Pepsi products. You've got Starbucks in a glass bottles. You run the gamut. You got energy drinks. You got bottled water. You've got Dr. Enough. Got it all right here again at Poor Trav's Deli. Again, the best steam sandwich in the Tri-Cities. Again, we're right here on Broad Street, right across from the Jewelers Bench, one of our great sponsors. We've got lots to talk about. Ken Harden's going to join us, softball coach. It's game day. They'll take on Volunteer tonight at 6 o'clock first pitch. And so he'll be along. Also, our buddy Joseph Taylor's in the house. JT will be along to talk as well. So we got lots to talk about. Lucas Honeycutt just walked in. So, I mean, the room just brightened up. He's in. Coach is in the house. I may actually grab him, talk about his basketball camp if he wants to. This is a cameo appearance. It'd be pretty cool. But anyway, let's get it started with the national anthem. And so we got soccer today at home against Unicoi County. No. Against Sullivan East. No. You got to double check who it is. Ouch. So they beat East last week. So anyway, they got soccer tonight at Citizens Bank Stadium. We got softball on the road at Volunteer. So in fact, Coach Harden's ready to walk in right here, right now. So it's here. Let's get it cranked up with the national anthem. Here's the Elizabethton High School ensemble for the national anthem on show number 2495. We're 5 out. We'll have our big celebration this coming Monday right down the street of Chick-fil-A, show number 2500. We invite you to come by and say hello. We'd love to see you. Be coming up this Monday, the 18th, show number 2500.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose dark stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare along bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. Give yourself a round of applause. That means clap. Good job. Nice job. Deb, what's next now? Let's get this to the ensemble.
is. He's here, folks. He came in and get a sandwich. Going to put him on the air. Home of the Cyclones and the Tom Daly Sport. This is show number 2495. We got our 2500 show. Is it 2500? Show number 2500. How about that? On Monday at Chick-fil-A. So we're pretty excited about that. Real excited. We're blessed beyond measure. So we're joined by, what kind of sandwich you picking up, by the way?
Ham and cheese.
There you go. Can't go wrong with the old ham and cheese. By the way, our buddies from Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram said Verizon is out. So if you're a Verizon phone carrier, you're out for system-wide for whatever reason. So if you're screaming at the phone when it's not working, then that's why Verizon is out. According to these gentlemen, system-wide, the dealership's out for the time being too. So I guess they're out everywhere.
Mine's out.
Yours
Verizon's
out too?
yeah.
All right. So we're T-Mobile and we're still trucking. So Verizon is out right now. But he's here, Coach Honeycutt. So the future Cyclone basketball camp. This is a really cool thing. The little peeps, girls and guys, either
Yep,
way.
if anybody wants to come.
Yep. Tell us about it.
So we're doing it for probably going on, I think, around 15 years now. So should be a great time. It's in July. We're going to do it the 21st through the 23rd. That's a Tuesday through a Thursday. We'll have early bird shooting if they got to work. We can drop them off as early as 7:45, ages 5 through 13. We're $75 per camper. If siblings register together, we'll give a discount there, so they can be $60 per sibling. So like brothers and sisters, or brothers and brothers, or however they want to do that. But we'll have the use of the new RCAP facilities, so it'll be spread out a little bit more. So we're hoping to advertise a little bit more and get a larger number. We've had close to 100 campers in there before, and it gets pretty tight. But now we'll have plenty of space, and that'll be nice.
For those who don't know, the Ryder Center for Athletic Performance, there's a whole gym over there on that facility. So you actually have two now. You'd have John Treadway, and you'd have the RCAP. So you got two to spread the wealth around, and this is a really cool camp. The little peeps come in and have a big time. Some of them aren't big enough. The ball's bigger than some of them. They don't care. They're in there to have fun and learn the skills, right?
Yeah, usually about 5 years old. That's kind of the age that they come in, and they can't do a whole lot, but that's kind of gets them introduced into it. A lot of them are nervous, but that's where we kind of wean them in and kind of show them how things go, and they kind of learn how camp works, and they just like being around those older ones, and the older ones do a really good job with them, and our staff will be there, and then of course our players, so our guys do a good job with them. So should be a good time, should be a good way for them to kind of introduce basketball early, and those who've been coming for camp for years, they really enjoy it as well.
You got a couple of special coaches coming in too, don't you?
Yep, we got Bryce Van Huss, former player of mine, transitioned from Tennessee to NC State, so he'll be working on staff there with Coach Gainey, and he may end up doing he came in yesterday, but he said he may end up having to do a video or maybe a Skype or something like that. So we may not have him in person, but we'll have him. And then another former player of mine, Nico Ashley, played at Central Connecticut State University last season, looking to potentially play overseas, play pro. He'll be coming in and speak to our guys as well. And then we always want to have Bill Robinson, Milligan University. Bill does a great job. Bill has his camps. We try to stay away from that this year. I think our camps are kind of overlapping a little bit. And he's going to actually spend time to leave his camp and come over and speak at ours. So we work really well together. So you don't feel bad if you pick one over the other. We won't get mad or anything like that. But he has multiple opportunities to go to his camp as well, and he's always been a great supporter of ours. And of course, Will Robinson, his son's on staff with us. So we have a close working relationship with them.
Absolutely. He's a great guy. He's going to be on the show tomorrow, as a matter of fact, pushing his camp.
Yep.
We'll be at Lingerfield Drug Center tomorrow. Thursday we'll be at Carter County Bank, and Friday we're going to be at we're going to be at David Collins with his Customer Appreciation Day up on G Street. So we'll be there to kick off the weekend. And then Monday we'll do show number 2500. It's probably doesn't mean a thing to you out there. It means a lot to me. It's 11 years of doing this. There was good days and there was bad days. So we've hit the 2500 mark. We're going to do that Monday. We'd love for you to come by, to stop by, say hello. I think we're doing some cupcakes or something, whatever. And if you want to get something to eat at Chick-fil-A, you can. But the biggest thing is to come by. I also want to say thank you all for hanging with me for 11 years. So somebody asked me today how long you want to go. I said I'll probably go to 3,000. After that, I'm probably going to ride off in the sunset. So that's another couple of years. So if the Lord keeps me healthy, we'll do that. We're very proud of you and the team and what they did down the stretch. I've told people on air and off air, I will always think I don't live in what ifs, but in this case, I'd live in what if. What if Evan Chambers didn't get hurt against Greenville? What would have happened? Could we have beaten them? I don't know. We'll never know. But he had 14 points. He was owning them. They couldn't stop him. He got hurt, blew out his knee. It still hurt. He's still on crutches, and so.
He's off his crutches now.
He's
so
off his
recovery's
crutches?
going well. Yeah, he'll be back and ready to go.
Oh yeah, but still, they didn't get him for baseball. That was a big loss
Yeah.
for the baseball team. But great kid, down there every day on the crutches during the baseball season, in uniform, supporting his team. That's the kind of kid Evan Chambers is. But over and above Evan Chambers, you guys stepped up and played some great basketball. Second half of the season is probably as good a stretch as you've had in a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's funny. We were just talking to a group of people about that this morning. Just what those guys are able to do whenever they bind each other, and the culture, and just not being any kind of selfishness, or it's team basketball, and I think they really embrace that, and that's why they had the success that they did. It doesn't happen without the kids buying into that. There's sometimes coaches can't. We can try to foster it, we can try to push them in that direction, but they have to accept that and want that for one another, and they did. And we're super proud of what they accomplished. Obviously would have liked to win a little bit further, but just being able to have a district championship, that means a lot. Those guys put a lot of time and effort in. Those are guys are 4-year guys are that's kind of getting a rare thing now. 4-year guys are on their way out. We'll miss them tremendously, but we're grateful for their hard work, their effort, and just the people that they were all season long.
Which brings up my next question, next thought. July 1st, the Wild Wild West begins in Tennessee. As far as as you know what's coming, and most people know, the new transfer rule kicks in July 1st. It's going to impact football. It's going to impact everybody, and it'll impact basketball too. As a coach, for it or against it?
Well, the first thing you look at and you say, I don't like that. I don't like where it's going. But it's here. Whether we like it or not, I don't think it matters. It's at the point where they made a decision we're going forward. So we can't sit there and harp on that. So now it's comes down to as coaches, like what does our roster look like once that date hits, and that gives us a little bit more things are settled. I like that there's actually a cutoff date. The stuff where somebody could be gone in the middle of the year and your team changes in the middle. That's difficult. That's hard. So I like that there's some sort of deadline, so to speak. So that's a good part of it. So it'll be like any other year, just trying to figure it out, like what we got going this summer. You might have kids move in, you might have kids leave. So we want to get out there and just kind of see where we're at. Once that date comes and that deadline hits, we'll know what our team looks like, and we'll put our best team on the floor and do the very best we can with it, as we do every year.
You had a great tournament last year. We brought back a tournament in Elizabethton around the Christmas holidays. You got to come back this year too, right?
Yeah, we just secured 8 teams for that tournament. I'll probably miss somebody. I can give some names there, but we're gonna have that again. Same sponsor, Evans and Evans Construction, is going to come back and be the title sponsor for the tournament. The Betsy Bash is what we call it. Be there a pre-Christmas tournament, the 21st through the 23rd December. Should have a really good field. Just looking forward to just being able to do that again. I think it's really neat that we're able to host tournaments there in our gym. There's a lot more of that going on. You're able to host 3 tournaments if you want. Before Christmas, after Christmas, Thanksgiving. So the more that we do that, yeah, there we go. Thank you for doing that. So Daniel Boone, Cosby, Johnson County, Granger County, Jefferson County, West Greene, and Bell County, Kentucky, and of course of ourselves. So a good field right there, a good mixture of teams. Should be very competitive. We're going to be able to host the district and the region this year. So we've got teams that want to come play on our floor, because that's where the tournament's going to be. So it should be good for us to get more time on the floor, and we're just thankful for sponsors like Evans and Evans and you all in Brummets, stepping in last year and helping out. That really means a lot. Your kids don't have to travel. We like to travel some, but you don't want to be traveling all the time. So playing in our own gym is a big deal.
So the teams, by the way, we're back in. So put us down. We're going to do Brummets, and I'm going to do the all tournament team again this year. that was really cool last year to do that.
Yeah.
Elizabethton is the host, of course. Daniel Boone, Cosby, Johnson County, Granger County, Jeff County, West Green, and Bell County, Kentucky. 21st to the 23rd, the Betsy Bash. So season number 2 of that's coming up. That's good. So
Sure.
but we're going to do the all tournament. It was a really cool thing, and Brummels came up with some really unique, not your typical all tournament hardware, if you will, and the kids loved it. So anyway, that's what we're doing December the 21st to the 23rd. So what before I let you go, what goes? I mean, are you having tryouts now? What's going on right now in May?
We always have like a 2-day tryout, as soon as school ends, so, you can go kind of full bore and have full practices. So you can't really have access to the incoming freshmen until those dates. So school has to end before that happens. So we'll have a tryout then, and I don't know with this new thing here, if we have people coming in, we'll probably have to give some leeway for tryouts like while summer's going on, and then we always want to have another one for new students, anything like that. There towards November is what we typically do. So I mean, I guess with the deadline here, that'll change a little bit. Unless there's kind of a hardship situation or something like that. But it'll be all new as far as some of that stuff goes. But we'll go full bore into June. We'll hit some team camps. We're looking at going to Greenville. We've got Emory on there, Tusculum. May go a place or two more. So that's some of the places that we're looking at, trying to get some competition this summer. And then we've got the dead period, and then come back in July and do more individualized workouts, things like that. And before we know it, we'll be back after it again.
Oh yes, it'll come back around quick. In fact, we start our countdown here on the broadcast tomorrow. We're 100 days from kickoff for Cyclone football. Starting tomorrow, we're at 101 right now, obviously. So tomorrow we start the countdown. 100 days to kickoff. You blink. I say this every year. We wait. We go through a dead period. It takes forever to seem like get the football season. You blink, and it's senior night. And then we start doing basketball jamboree, and you will have the what do we do? What would you call Meet the Cyclones last year when we had all those kids?
Yeah,
in
it's
here?
great. We've been doing
I
that for
love
the past
that.
couple of years.
I love
It's
that.
been really cool. I think we had a great turnout on that, so we plan on doing that again. Don't have a date set, but be looking for that. That's a great time. Great way to give our young kids some exposure, give our youth coaches some exposure. We've got a lot of good things going on with Junior Cyclones basketball, and we really appreciate their effort that they put in. Coaches, players, parents, all the people that kind of make that work. So that's been a really good thing.
Coach Ken Harden joins us coming up next. It's game day for softball. On that night, Meet the Cyclones, I got to stand with the prettiest girl in Elizabethton. She came over and grabbed me. She said, "Hold my hand." Okay. We know who that is, right?
Yeah.
How old is she?
We do. She's 4.
She is a crackerjack.
4
She
years
said,
old.
"Hold my hand." So I ran into him at the restaurant, kickbacks back in the basketball season. I sat beside her, and that was an adventure. She said, "Here's how you're going to eat this." I said, "Okay." So we got ice cream. She said, "Now you take a bite on this side of the ball, take a bite on this side of the ball." I said, "Okay, but we are going to eat this." I said, "Okay." So I'm taking orders from a 4-year-old. Didn't have any problem with it. So I'm standing out there to do Meet the Cyclones, and here she comes in her little cheerleading outfit. She hit me in the leg. She said, put her little hand up and said, "Hold my hand." I said, "What am I going to do?" I held her hand. Daddy's girl. So,
Some poor boy one day.
oh boy, he'll have his hands full. And let me tell you how it's going to go. She will fall like a redwood. I'm telling you. I had one like that. She said she was anti-boy. Oh, no guy's going to get me. Boom. She fell like a redwood.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Whoever you are.
That's it. Good luck. Pray him up. All right, one more time, plug your camp, sir, would you
All
please?
right, so it's July 21st through to 23rd. That's a Tuesday through a Thursday. Ages 5 to 13, $75 per camper, $60 if they're siblings and they're registered together. It'll be at A.L. John Tresway Gymnasium. We'll use the RCAP as well. So, come out, have a great time. It's from 9 to 12 each day, and we have early bird shooting. If you have work, you can drop them off as early as 7:45, and we'll take good care of them. It'll be our staff and our players helping out with that.
It's all about the kids, isn't it?
It's all about the kids.
That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of one who loves these kids, Coach Ken Harden will join us next at softball. It's game day, the regional semifinal on the road at Volunteer. Hello, Ken Googe. Hello, Rick Malone. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
He didn't know he was
Go
coming
Cyclones.
by. You got it. Go Cyclones. He didn't know he was coming by. He came by to get him some lunch, put him to work. It's good stuff. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. Coach is here. We're going to talk about it. As soon as I find the one I want to talk tell you about, which would be the Jeweler's Bench. And as soon as I find it, it is right up here. And it's this one right here. We'll be right back. Coach Ken Harden talking Cyclone softball. It's game day on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Hey, we're live at Phil's Dream Pit. No, we're not. We're live at Port Travis Deli. Come over here to Port Travis. Keep thinking of Phil's coming into town. Port Travis Deli, 543-6128. Come by and get you a sandwich. We'll be right back after this from our buddy Sherry from right across the street, the Jeweler's Bench. Why shop at the Jeweler's Bench?
Because we're a hometown store with full service, expertise. We offer everything from custom design to watch batteries to ring sizing to jewelry repair. Everything's done under one roof.
One stop. You have watches, you have pearls, you have E. Newtons, you have Pandora, you have the Naked Bee lotion line, if you will. You have something truly for everybody, correct?
We do,
Yep.
yes.
Talk about kids' jewelry. Talk about it real quick.
Yeah, we have earrings, bracelets, a few rings, and the kids' stuff.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can spend anywhere from $5 up to however much you want to spend.
Yep.
We've got a good range.
How do we find you on social media?
Facebook and Instagram
How do we find you on the telephone? The number is?
is 423-542-5600.
And the hours you are open.
Is Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturdays, 9:30 to 4.
Springtime, summertime, anytime's a good time to shop at the Jeweler's Bench. And Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports at the Jeweler's Bench. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So this young lady's never been here. She got her. We don't talk about this much. If you went to Food City and got a 6-inch little poor boy sub for $6.29, you couldn't buy the meat, the bread. You couldn't put one together for $6.29. Little poor boy sub is a 6-inch. The foot is a foot long for $7.99. Either one, you couldn't buy the ingredients to do it. So you can right here. Phone number, call it in 543-6128. Hello to Courtney Mathena, one of the nicest ladies in the world. I like her a lot. She's a good one.
Yes, sir.
Elizabethton's full of good peeps, aren't they?
Yes, sir. They sure are.
He's
sure
one
is.
he's one of them. Right here. Coach Ken Harden, our Cyclone softball coach. It's regional semifinals. Rained out yesterday. Looks like it's going to be perfect night for softball. Go down and play the Volunteer Falcons. Crockett won last night. They shut out Granger 3-0, so they're waiting for the winner of this one. That'll be at home. That'll be in Crockett tomorrow
It'll
night,
be
right?
Crockett no matter what.
Yeah, either way. And then you win that one. You win tonight. You play Wednesday. You also play Friday. You win Friday. You punch your ticket to the big show. So who's on down the road? I know you focus on Volunteer, but
There's a lot of good teams down there. You know, Gibbs is in the next division, or excuse me, the next region, and Clinton's really good. Loudon, there's a lot of good teams down there. You know, you have to play when you get to that point, but just having a chance of just being there means
Yep.
a lot.
Absolutely. Let's talk about our girls. They stepped up and eliminated two great teams. All the nights are running together. Was that Thursday night or Friday night? I can't remember.
It was
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday. Yep. We eliminated Tennessee High, then turned around and hung on. Whew! It was a nail biter. It's 5-3. They got to 5-4. The winning run is at second base. Bases were loaded. Daniel Boone ground out to second base. Game's over. But it was a nail biter. We beat two good teams, didn't we?
It was a nail biter. We had a walk and made an error we usually don't make there, but they come together, went out and talked to them. They were fine. You know, Lacey pitched her heart out that night. You know, Brooke was behind the plate. They stayed back there 14 innings. Both of them refused to come out. So, and then Ava made that great play late at second base there, and it pulled us through.
Yep. Trying to find scorebook's what I'm looking for. I'm not ignoring you. So here it is. Should be right here in this mess that I've got right here. Nope. You know what I've done? I've left it at home. But anyway, I was going to showcase Brooks, Gobble. Yeah, I left it at home, unfortunately. This is right here. Nope. So Brooks, Lacey, Gobble. Of course, Sadie cranked out a home run, a couple of home runs. So
She did.
it was the bats came alive. But you play Crockett, and Delaney shut you out and struck out 16 out of 21 batters she faced. So the next night, the bats woke up against the starting pitcher for Tennessee I and the pitcher for Daniel Boone. So that's encouraging, is it not?
Yeah, we're very capable. We've got a really good hitting team. The games we've lost have been when we've made mistakes that we traditionally don't make. But this is a very young team. We've got 2 seniors and 1 junior on the field, and the rest are underclassmen. So, good things for the future there. But they're playing well right now and giving us a chance right now.
So you go to Volunteer tonight, 6 o'clock first pitch. So we're going to go down and see if we can pull it off. I don't know. We're working on broadcast capabilities and leave it at that. So we're going to see if we can do it. If we can't, we can't. But we're going to go down and see if we can. So have you played them in the regular season so far?
We played them in the regular season. We lost 2-1. They had a walk-off in the last inning. Had a girl hit a double down the line. We lost, like I said, 2-1. But a couple of things that give you a lot of hope is Adrian wasn't playing that game. That's when she turned her ankle, and you know how good that kid is out in center field. And then Sadie got hurt first at bat, so we did without Sadie there too. So 2 of your best players out of the lineup, still just lose 2-1 is pretty good. So we'll just have to go see. I think we're even teams. I think whoever makes the least mistakes and basically puts the bat on the ball will win the ball game.
So Granger's eliminated. Crockett beat them last night, so they're out. So it's 3-0 them. Final score was Crockett. So they wait for the winner of this one. Tonight's an elimination game. Loser season's over. You win, you play tomorrow night for the regional championship, and you also play on Friday for the sectional. As I said a few minutes ago, you win that game Friday night, you punch your ticket to the state tournament. So
that's always the goal every year, and we've made it some, and we've been close several times. So hopefully we can get there this year.
So what's been the biggest improvement, talking to Coach Harding, what's been the biggest improvement for this softball team this year in your eyes?
These kids are resilient. I mean, they don't stay down. I've always preached this is a game of don't know how to describe it, but anything can happen on any night. And the girls have stayed together pretty well, even after a loss or two that we probably shouldn't have lost the ball game. And we've had a few games that we've played really above what we should be. We beat a team in Pigeon Forge that probably beats us 9 out of 10 times. Just some things like that. They're resilient. The kids have been really fun this year.
So you look at this team, and it's a young team. You have 2 seniors, Piper Kate Bennett and Sadie Williams. That's it. Everybody else is coming back next year, which really, you got some coming up from Duggar too, right?
Yeah, I got the little Perkins kid coming up from T.A. Duggar, and she's going to be really special.
So it's going to be, we're not there yet. 2027 is going to be great. We're not done with 2026. So you kind of said it, but the keys tonight is to put the bat on the ball. Is that right?
Yeah, we can't strike out a whole lot, and we have to make the routine plays. You make the routine plays, and we do have a chance because we've got enough. I think we've got enough hitting to score a few runs, and we just have to hold them basically. Lacey's going to pitch again tonight, but I'd have a fight on my hands if she wasn't pitching. You know how that is, and but we've got the Hanson kid, the little freshman in reserve. If anything happens, and she's been really good all year long and helped us, and can't say enough about her. Just sometimes they're not satisfied being in a backup role like that. She just smiles and goes on no matter what. So that's good to have too.
So Lacey Gobble's new nickname is Butterscotch. So when you see her, just call her Butterscotch. It's the craziest story. We was up here watching the game the other night. She's sitting beside me in the press box, and so I had these. In fact, I got them here. I got these butterscotch things, and I got them in my pocket. And I said, "You want one?" She goes, "What's butterscotch?"
There you go. That's Lacey.
I said, "What?" She said, "What's butterscotch?" I said, "You know what butterscotch is?" I have no clue what you're talking about. So I gave her one of those butterscotch candies. She said,
But she can tell you every NASCAR driver out there, and she can also tell you anything about the Braves or most other teams. The kid's real knowledgeable of sports, so that's good to have.
So I said, "Who's your favorite driver?" Of course, I jerked her chain. She said, "Alex Bowman." I said, "He's a big sissy. He can't drive a car." She popped up like good. I thought she was going to hit me.
Yeah.
She said, "Mr. Tom, he's a good driver."
Yeah.
Lacey Gobble's a great kid.
Yeah.
She's only a sophomore. So hello, Katina Bricky. She says, "Good luck, Coach." Becky Muncie, Jackie Mumpower, Brian Heading watching. We appreciate you guys and girls watching the broadcast. We're here live at Port Travis Deli. So We do it every time. Let's go around there. When Lacey's on the mound, your catcher is
Brooke Sparks, and she's had a great defensive year, and she started hitting the ball really well lately. So good things out of Brooke, just a sophomore. And then which way you want me to go? You want me to start on the left side or right side?
third base.
Third base, Sadie Williams, one of the best in the area. Dangerous hitter at the plate, can lose one on any pitch. She can also bunt for me. She's done that several times and move runners and stuff. Really, really good third baseman. And then you've got the Grider kid, the sophomore at short. That's I think she had a 3-for-4 game the other night. Hit a home run against Crockett. She's really playing well right now. Tonight, Ava, the backup pitcher there I talked about before, Hanson will be. She'll be on second base, and then Gracie Shepard got hurt a little bit the other night, and they've been taking care of her, and I think she'll be back tonight. So the rain out last night didn't hurt us at all. The fact that we give her another day to get back and get better. Just a freshman there, and then in the outfield, it's anchored by Adrian in center field. Like I said, she goes and gets everything, and that's what we want her to do. She's caught several balls around behind second base. She does a great job there, and then in left field tonight will be Emily Whitson, another freshman. She's played real well. She's sort of come in and solidified left field when we were making a few mistakes out there, but she's done really well for us. And then Piper Kate, our other senior, will be in right field, and she's turned it on lately, hitting the ball well, putting it in play, and that's basically what we need from her tonight too.
Team batting average, and what I'm looking for while you're talking, the team batting average, you got as a team batting 359. It's pretty strong, isn't it?
Pretty strong, yeah. And we've hit the ball when you don't have just an absolute shutdown pitcher, we really hit the ball well.
Sadie Williams, 10 homers, 49 RBIs. Katie Grider, 6 home runs, 24 RBIs. Adrian Heading, 23 knocks. You've got Lacey Gobble, 3 home runs, 44 RBIs. It's incredible.
Lacey's been clutch, and the Grider kid has that many RBIs from the leadoff spot, which is really good. And then Sadie's in the 3-hole. She's had a lot of opportunities to drive in runs with Katie and Adrian in front of her, so it's been really, really, really good for her, and she's come through. And then Lacey, you never count her out. I've seen several 2-strike hits that she drove in a winning run down in Pigeon Forge one game. She's done some really special things for us.
Brooke Sparks, couple of home runs, 19 RBIs. Gracie Shepard, 3 homers, 29 RBIs. Hanson's driven in 19. Piper Cates driven in 13. So it's pretty solid up and down the lineup. Let's see, I want to see who leads in doubles. You've got Sadie with 12. Lacey's got 12. Grider's got 11. Heading's got 11 in the double department. Triples, who leads us in triples, it would be Sadie Williams with 6. So she's had a heck of a year. So she's signed to go to
Carson
Newman.
Carson Newman. They're getting a steal there. They're going to have a special kid that she's a great third baseman, but she can also play other positions, and that's gonna when you go to college, you're playing with everybody's best, and I think she could end up just basically anywhere on the infield because she can play them all. But I think she'll end up at third there. But they got a steal in that kid.
6 o'clock first pitch. We're going to get down there. If they got a place to broadcast, we'll see. We'll do the game. We don't, we'll enjoy the game. But we're going to cheer them on either way. I'll be in the dugout if I can't do the game, but hopefully I can do the game to bring it back to you guys. And so that's what it'll be, audio only, of course. And it will be, if we get on, this is what it's going to look like right there. That will be our on the screen. You know the story. TSSAA wants $250 to flip a camera on to showcase our student athletes in Tennessee. Absurd, but that's what they want, and we're going to do audio only. So we're fired up. Kids are fired up.
I think so. We've had 2 really good days of workouts and practice. I let them come in Sunday night after church. They chose the time, so didn't want to interfere with Mother's Day there. You know how that is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a workout, hit a little bit on the field, and let them do their tees and everything yesterday. And such a positive vibe and a positive attitude from the girls. So I really do think we've got a good chance today.
Year number what for you? 21?
21.
21 here at Elizabeth.
Well, 20 and a little bit because you got to count COVID as a full year, but it wasn't.
No. 21.
No.
He gets 21.
There you go.
One of these days, I'm going to embarrass him, and I don't care. One of these days, it should be named Ken Hardin Field at Elizabeth High School for all he's done for the program, and brought in some great young ladies and coached some great young ladies down 2 years. So that's what it should be. That's what I'm pushing for. But for now, we're going to push Lady Cyclones down to Churchill to battle the Lady Falcons. Should be a dandy.
It should be a great game. Should be a great game. If you got time and you're in the area, it'd be worth the money to come watch.
Yep. If you can't, we're going to do our dead level best to bring it to you tonight. So hopefully it'll work. We'll see when we get there. But for now, he's going to get on his motorcycle, which I didn't know you had a motorcycle.
I always had one.
Yeah.
I get chewed out by my players all the time about riding one, but I've always rode one, so it's no big deal.
Yeah. So he came in with a helmet. I said, "You got a motorcycle?" I said, "Yeah." What kind is it?
It's a Suzuki.
Big one?
No, it's an 800. It's not that big.
800's a pretty good sized bike. It'll go. It'll fly too, right?
I don't know. I putt around.
Oh, you putter?
I don't ride fast.
Just putter.
No interest in that at my age.
We're interested. We love this guy. We'll see you down there.
I'll be there.
Go Cyclones. What kind of sandwiches you get, by the way?
I got roast beef. I always get
Roast beef.
I did get one of those subs you was talking about the other day.
Yeah.
With those pickled onions. Have you ever ate one?
Very good.
Oh, unbelievable.
One of them poor boy subs, pickled onions on it. There you go.
Those pickled onions on it, they're great, but I couldn't eat them for the day. I'm afraid of how hard
There. Addie Campbell's watching. She's one of the Lady Cyclone softballers. We'll take a break. So we got 6 o'clock first pitch. We're going to go down and see if we can do it. We'll see. The broadcast facilities are not. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. If we can do it, we will. If we won't, we'll sit there and cheer them on. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're here live at Poor Trav's Deli on show number 2495. Heading for 2,500 shows. We'll do that on Monday at Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton, celebrating our 2,500 shows of the Tom Taylor Sports.
Hey there, neighbors. Todd Houston here with the Elizabethton Church of Christ, wishing you a very happy new year and a wildly successful 2026. I'd like to invite you to come and get to know our family here at Elizabethton as we are seeking to be more like our Lord every day. We're no perfect people, but we're a people that love the Lord and love you. We'd love to get to know you. If you'd like to join us, our times are at 10 and 11 a.m. on Sunday, 6:30 p.m., and then again Wednesday evening at 7. You can find us on Facebook or at elizabethtoncoc.org.
We're proud to help our region move forward and help reopen every business we can.
Sports, the Eagle Center, downtown Elizabethton, great antique store. Why come shop at the Eagle Center?
We just have so many unique things that tell a story, that add character to your home and conversation, and there's something new to look at every single day. Every time you come in, you won't see the same thing twice, and it's just a good place to shop for those unique gifts.
What's the saying you always use, the cliche?
Things tell a story when people no longer can.
That's it.
We have a building full of things that are just designed to tell stories.
Absolutely. 2 floors, over 50 vendors. Hours are open.
We're open 10 to 5 Monday through Saturday.
Closed on Sundays for the Lord's Day.
That's right.
And you have gift cards too, right?
We have gift cards available.
Yep. The Eagle Center, downtown Elizabeth, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Be loyal, buy local, and shop at the Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton.
Thank you, Tom.
Folks in Port Travis Deli, it's football time in Tennessee, as the late John Ward said. So Friday night, going to the ball game, come by and get your sandwiches. Tell us how you can help us.
Hey, just give us a call, 543-6128, and tell us what you like. White dark bread, we've got ham, turkey, roast beef, corned beef, pastrami, make a good steak sandwich. You want some chicken salad, some pickles and eggs. You know, if you just want a snack, some people just like to snack at the ball game, don't really want to eat a big meal. We can take care of that for you. We got chips and drinks if you want to pack your cooler or whatever. Got anything you need.
Yep, 543-6128 is what you call, or the number you call, and he'll have it ready for you. So if you're heading to the game, how much time should we allow you to get them ready?
Usually about 10 to 15 minutes is a pretty good time.
Yep, 10 or 15 minutes.
About 10,
ready.
15 minutes, we'll take care of you.
Yep, ready to go. 543-6128. Again, it will be an excellent opportunity to come by and get some great food.
Yep, love to serve you.
Love to serve you, absolutely. How do you find us on social media?
We got a Facebook page. You can look us up there, leave us some feedback, give us a like.
Yep. Friday night football, Saturday football, whenever you need sandwiches, here's the place to come. Port Travis Deli at 543-6128, one of our great sponsors here on Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. You know the man's in. He just comes, takes the microphone off the handle. So I ain't using no stand. I ain't no rookie.
No, sir.
I'm JT.
I like to throw the microphone in my hand, put my elbow on the table,
You just feel
post
like
up, and stay a while.
you just feel like you're at home.
I'm here as long as there's stuff to talk about, and then
Yeah.
I'll just disappear.
That's it. You ain't gonna disappear. You never will disappear. Hello, Vista Clark. How you doing, Lady Donna Buchanan? Thank you all for watching. We're live at Port Travis Deli, the best steamed sandwich in the Tri-Cities.
Yes, sir. I can't wait for my ham and cheese on white.
We put a little mayo on it.
No, just plain.
Ham and cheese on
Ham
white.
and cheese on white, plain.
There you go. It's good.
That's good stuff.
They wrap it in
Yes.
tin foil so it
Yes.
stays hot.
Yep.
You're killing me. I may just get up and walk off, let you do it. Let's go sit over and eat. So
Get you
get a little lunch.
What's your go-to sandwich?
Yeah, anything on the menu.
Anything?
Oh yeah, I'm like the little kid Mikey in the live commercial. He'll eat anything except the pickled onions. Do you like that?
No, sir.
I can't do the onions.
No.
There ain't enough milk in Elizabeth to put that fire out, so no, can't do that. But ham and cheese, turkey and cheese, the Mad Italian is their biggie. Comes with ham and turkey together. Last time I was there, I just jacked it up. I said, Trey, make me a roast beef and turkey sandwich together. He did. It was really good.
You know what? Did you say Mad Italian is ham and turkey?
Mhm.
I may try that today.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go wrong with that one. Hello, Coach Leon Tolley. How you doing, sir? Thank you for watching. So we got all kinds of stuff to talk about here. We're going to start with the NCAA. So they have come out. I love it. They voted over the weekend to adopt a proposal that allows conferences the flexibility to choose a 5 and 7 team to go bowl games if they met certain academic standards to fill bowl game opportunities. If there's not enough teams with a record of 6 and 6, well, they want you to have a winning record to begin with. Well, if they don't, they've watered it down and go, okay, now if you just are 6 and 6,
6 and 6, yeah.
we'll take you. Well, now they've said in certain cases, which means they run out of teams, we'll go 5 and 7. So they're going to allow teams with losing records to go to the bowl game.
It's probably we probably jumped the shark on bowl games, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like we probably got too many. If we're scraping to find 5 and 7 teams, we should probably eliminate some of these bowls. Would be my, but you know, they're there for a reason. So
Yeah.
somebody's watching. Somebody's, you know, I'm sure that the real deal on it is the gambling. You know, they anytime there's a game on, there's all kinds of money to be made for the casinos, for the sports books.
Good point.
So I'm sure that's why they keep them, but feels like we probably have too many at this point.
Yep. So they're going to allow 5 and 7 teams to go to the bowl games, which I find absurd, but his point's well taken. It's all about this right
Yep.
here. This next story will validate that. 12-team college football playoff already created incentives for easier schedules. So we told you last week, Florida State and Georgia canceled their 2 games in 2027, 2028. Why are they doing that, Tom? Because they are trying to get easier schedules. They're trying to pad their schedules, for lack of a better term, to get into the college football playoffs. That's what it's all about. So, having said that, his point's well taken. The bowl games are going to be even more minimized. The more teams going into the playoffs. They're talking 16 or 24 the next couple of years. They haven't really decided yet. But once that happens, then it is going to go up. We saw that in basketball, which we're going to talk about in a minute. They've expanded March Madness. But so the teams in the playoffs are going to go up. So they're saying, okay, to better our chance to position ourselves better, we are going to, with 9-game conference schedules, we're going to eliminate some of these big games that are non-conference, the ones that we don't have to play. So, case in point, we'll use 2 teams here. Strength of schedule, which is going to be big now. They're going to put a lot of weight on strength of schedule. So this story picks out Notre Dame and Texas schedules. So you tell me which one's got the tougher schedule. Notre Dame, they play Wisconsin at Lambeau Field, which is a neutral site. They got Rice, Michigan State, at Purdue, at North Carolina, Stanford, at BYU, Navy, Miami, Boston College, SMU, and then at Syracuse. So
I count 3 good games: Wisconsin, Miami, and I'll throw SMU in there.
there you go.
So
Rest of them are,
the rest of them are
A joke.
Notre Dame should be at least a double-digit favorite.
yeah. Here's the Texas schedule in comparison in the SEC, which you know as well as I do. It is a battle every single Saturday. All right, they start with Texas State. That's cream puff. It's a checkbook game.
Yep.
Then they go Ohio State,
1,
University of Texas San Antonio. They come to Knoxville,
2,
Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Texas goes to Missouri. They go to LSU. They go to Texas A&M, and they finish with Arkansas.
So I counted seven difficult games with maybe two middle games and three what I would consider on the easier side.
Sarkisian was frustrated for missing the playoffs at 9-3. So he said they're going to stop scheduling non-conference teams like Ohio State moving forward. They're going to get out of it. Well, Florida State and Georgia did that. They pulled the plug. They're going to cancel. They did cancel. They canceled that 2-game series because they're already playing. Georgia's already got that in-state rivalry with Georgia Tech. Florida State plays Florida in the in-state rivalry. So they said, we're not going to go out and go get any more big power teams because we're trying to get ourselves in the playoffs.
And so, the SEC, they for years and years, they had an 8-team conference schedule, right? And then they came out, and the commissioner, they kind of forced the conference into going to a 9-game conference schedule to match the Big Ten. Well, the SEC upped the ante and said, not only are you going to play non-conference games, you're also going to play one against the Power 4 team. And they said to the Big Ten, hey, look what we're doing. The Big Ten's like, well, we're not doing that. So now the SEC's like, well, we thought y'all would jump in and go with us on 9+1 really, and then the Big Ten's not. So now the SEC, I don't know if they're going to kind of figure out a way to not play one Power 4 team. I'm not sure what the final verdict will be on that.
So not everybody's in the sandbox playing with the same toys.
Nope.
Big Ten said, nah, we ain't doing that.
Like,
so
good for y'all. Y'all are doing that, but we're not going to make our teams do that.
That's
like
it.
If you look at Indiana's non-conference schedule, it's a joke. Now they won the national championship, so you can't say much about them because it was that way last year. But it's an absolute joke as far as the non-conference goes.
We're talking to JT. My man Joseph Taylor's in the house. I like it. So everybody gets excited when he comes on the show, including me. All right, let's go Indiana football. Indiana. See what we're talking about here. Indiana, not Indiana Jones. Indiana football schedule. How about that? Indiana football schedule is right there. Okay. Yeah. Here's the non-conference schedule. Indiana Hoosiers. They play North Texas,
Cream Puff,
Howard, Western Kentucky.
Yeah, Cream Puff.
Then we get into, let's see, Northwestern.
That's a conference game, so
Rutgers,
conference.
Nebraska,
Conference.
Ohio State.
That's those back-to-back, Indiana or Ohio State then Michigan. That's tough. I'll give them that.
Okay, Minnesota, Southern Cal, Washington, Purdue.
Yeah. So the three was a North Texas, Western Kentucky, and Howard.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah. You're padding your schedule.
Yeah,
what you're doing. So
you
got 3 right there before you even start the Big Ten schedule.
And then they got the non-conference games. So yeah, so those 3. Come on, they had a non-conference game scheduled maybe with James Madison. I could be wrong here, but they bought out of it. They decided they didn't want to play them. Like you're supposed to be the national champions,
Yeah, you're supposed to step up and play.
Yeah.
Tennessee, in contrast, they got Furman at home. Then they go to Georgia Tech, which is that Power 4 game he's referring to.
Yep.
Then you have Kennesaw State back home. Then you have Texas and Knoxville, Auburn and Knoxville. You go to Arkansas, got Alabama and Knoxville. You go to Columbia to play South Carolina. You got Kentucky at home. You go to Texas A&M. You have LSU coming to town, Lane's coming in. And then you finish up in Nashville at Vanderbilt. So you put that up against Indiana's schedule,
I mean,
or Notre Dame's.
Yeah, it's not apples to apples. No. And then Notre Dame got it worked into the details that if they're in the top 12 going forward, they're automatically in the playoff no matter what.
Yep.
Like, come on, the College Football Playoff Committee had the chance to make Notre Dame join a conference, and they were cowards. They didn't do it.
Yep. I've said this every time we get into this discussion. Everybody's at the table, all the power conference ADs and presidents, and I get that. And then the one person who's not, which I don't think deserve to be there. They're an independent, is Notre Dame. So you're exactly right. They've worked the deal. So if they're in the top 12 in the standings, they're going to get into the playoffs because they're Notre Dame, which is hogwash.
Yeah.
And I would say it about any school, not just Notre Dame. What gives them the right to get to do that? Why do they get to go to the table? Because they're Notre Dame. Okay. Pick any other independent. Pick Army. Pick somebody that's another independent besides Notre Dame. Well, you're talking about the Fighting Irish. Yeah, I know who I'm talking about. I just don't get it. Nobody's ever explained to me why they get to be at the table with all these other schools.
And the thing is, back in the day, you know, before all the SEC rose up and most of the Big Ten rose up, Notre Dame could put their schedule out and say, our schedule's tougher than some of these SEC schools or Big Tens. Not anymore. It's laughable because you look at the Tennessee schedule, then you put it up against Notre Dame's, and Notre Dame will try to tout, oh, we're playing all these, you know, high conference games. Well, I mean, are you? Are you really? You know,
No, you're not. You're trying to do propaganda, trying to schmooze me, and ain't gonna schmooze me. Anybody else want me to look up?
No. That's I think we've
covered it?
Established that
We made our point.
Yeah.
There we go. I think we have too. So anyway, that's what's going on in college football. So these big games, and again, at the end of the day, who gets cheated out? The fans, who wanted to go see a Florida State Georgia game because it's a great matchup in the South, and they were going to rotate between Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee and down between the hedges at Sanford Stadium. Now it's off the books, off the table, and I understand why they're doing it, but there again, it's all about this right here.
Yep.
And so, you think they're going to expand to 24? They're going to go to 16. Sankey says he wants to stay at 16.
I think that the SEC is going to get outvoted there, and I believe they're going to go to 24. As much as the SEC wants to go to 16, I think it's going to go to 24.
Southeastern Conference Commissioner Greg Sankey stood firm behind a 16-team college playoff expansion, indicating the disagreement with the Big Ten, which backs doubling the current bracket to 24, is lingering deep into the offseason. Well, we know the story that the Big Ten and the SEC, they drive the bus.
They sure do.
But right now we got two different drivers driving the bus. You got the Big Ten wanting 24, and you got the SEC, as we just said, wanting a 16-team playoff. So who wins? How do you decide it?
I don't know how it'll end up getting decided, but I feel like what's going to end up happening is the SEC is going to end up being by themselves on the 16 bandwagon, because anybody else is going to say more and more and more, because it increases their chances of getting, you know, even a smaller the group of 5 schools and stuff. So you're going to have the SEC being the only vote saying to keep it 16 or to expand to 16. Everybody else is going to go to 24. The SEC will just get outvoted in a situation like that. Is how I would see it playing out.
Yeah, I'd say behind closed doors and making phone calls and texts and get on board with us.
24.
Let's squeeze them.
Yeah.
So we'll power play them. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how much leverage the SEC has, because he said we're standing firm with 16. Big Ten wants 24. So again, everybody else in the room, they go with them, being the 2014 format. So all right, you go 16, you go 24. They are going to expand it. I mean, sure as I'm sitting at Poor Trash, they're going to expand it. You know that, and I know that. So what is the most doable? You're already playing all these games. They're already talking about starting the season even earlier in August to accommodate, giving them, the football coaches want more open dates to let their kids rest up. I mean, your body can only take so much.
For sure. And so I think what we're headed towards is, I believe we're going to see all the conference games eliminated. I think there's really no need to play them anymore since there's a playoff, right? So I think that'll be step 1. Eliminate the conference championships. Step 2 will be starting the season earlier. I don't know if it'll be 1 week earlier or 2 weeks earlier. Then you start thinking about, man, you're going to have these guys playing in the middle of August, not the end of August, right? You're going to have these guys in the extreme heat, which, you know, don't get me wrong, they're tough, you know, they can handle it with conditioning and stuff. It just brings up some more questions.
Well, again, I had Justin Smith on the show last week from Physical Therapy Services talking about you have to let your body recoil, recover, whatever the word you want to use. You can't go year-round, in fact, but we're basically going year-round now. And so in football, they're talking about going August to January. So they want some more open dates. They're talking about starting earlier to accommodate this playoff. So then you're right, conference championships probably going to go by the boards, but then Sankey said last week they wanted the SEC because they're sponsored, and there's a lot of money thrown behind them by these sponsors that want to sponsor the SEC conference championship. not just in football, in the other sports as well, which we'll get into basketball in a second. So conference championships, he says, are going to stay on the table. So then there's another disagreement because the Big Ten says let's do away with it. So what is the point?
And this is high level football. You're exposing your guys to more injuries, more wear and tear on the body. Because if you expand the playoff, that's another football game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking if you got 12 regular season games, a conference champion, and then say you played four playoff games to win it, you're playing 17 games. That is a ton of football.
That's NFL play.
Yeah.
You're matching what they're doing, the big boys, the pros. So, which is where the most of them end up anyway. But still, it's a huge demand. Then, on an unrelated topic, but it is related to a point, the targeting rule has been watered down. So now, if you are found guilty of targeting, you are asked to stay the rest. You got to sit out the rest of the game, but you can come back the next game.
I like that.
So they're going to say you don't have to sit out the next game. If you're targeting, no matter what you do and how you do it, we're going to go ahead and let you just sit out the rest of the game you're in, but the next game you can come back and play. So, again, going back in a roundabout way to the wear and tear on your body, these guys are getting creamed and getting – I mean, you can imagine somebody 6'5", about 270 running from here to my car wide open to hit you with the full intent of, smearing you and creaming you. So you're taking some shots out there as far as – and we know it's a violent sport. We get that. But the rules have changed now for the targeting. So they're trying to change the rules for the number of off dates, open dates. So they're asking a lot for these kids.
Yeah.
And, the academic side of it says we're nothing more than a football factory. And to a point, they're right. So, but again, there's a lot of folks on that campus, these college campuses, are going to benefit from the money coming in.
Oh, most definitely. These athletic departments are just building up treasure chests of money and on the backs of the football and basketball. Those are, your money making sports. I wonder how close we are to seeing college football implementing like a fine system to the players, since they're getting money now. So instead of getting thrown out of the game, you may get fined. That'd probably be a little bit more of a deterrent than missing a game, I would think.
I'd get their attention.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your thought? We're talking to Joseph. We're here live again at Port Travis Place. What's your take on, I sign you to a contract. You're there for 3 or 4 months. We've already put a direct deposit into your account. You go, you know what? XYZ school down the street. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris McNeil's in the house. Walked in her Jackie Onassis sunglasses. Look at her. Look at you, girl. There she is. Yeah, she's a real introvert. Can you tell? She can walk right, put her head right twixt us, and there she is. My little buddy McNeil. She's a good one. Got 2 little boys who can play baseball. I know that. So what's your take? You sign me to a contract. I'm there for a couple of months, and then the guy down the street says, "Hey, Tom, you had a heck of a year. We're going to double your pay." And I go, "Okay, I'll just get up and leave you and go down the street."
Yeah.
But I signed a contract with you, so do I owe you money?
I would think so. I feel like we need to get to a point where we have collective bargaining and we can, there's got to be rules in place. It is the complete wild west right now. There's got to be some rules to say when you sign, you're committed. You've signed a contract. You can't just come and go freely. You've got to honor your commitments. I would think you would owe money, but none of these lawsuits that have been going on seem to be winning. So I don't know.
There's a Brit right there. You can't deny that one. Little Mr. Britt from T.A. Duggar. So I'm working at Ivy Hall Nursing Home, and I'm in there busting every day, and I like what I'm doing. But the Tom Taylor Nursing Home down the street said, "Come on down here. I can give you some more money." How would that go with Mama?
It wouldn't go too well. I mean, you kind of when you're in a management position at the nursing home, you would give a 30-day notice. So you'd think there was some type of rules, but there's no rules.
No, there's no rules. And so the president's trying to get involved and trying to do some congressional things to mandate some things, which NCAA says we're all about it. If you come in and help us out, it'd be great. But see, what's happened when in my opinion, when they started the transfer portal in the NIL, they had no guidelines. They said, "We'll worry about that later," and so later's here. And so, as Joseph said, he's right. It is the wild, wild west. I mean, it's like whatever goes, goes. Case in point, we're expanding basketball now to March Madness, where we go to what, 76 teams?
Yeah.
Where we're headed for that, and that changes everything. And not a coach that I've read about over the last 2 weeks, the big boy names, Calipari, Izzo, none of these guys are for this. They don't want this to happen. They said it's watering it down. The little guys going to get left behind. It's going to be becoming just not a very good scenario. What's your take?
I truly, I've looked, I've read articles. I have never seen anybody asking for this expansion. I do not understand. I get it's got to be, and it's got to be the power brokers behind the scenes, because there's no. I've never heard a coach, player, commentator, anybody say, let's expand this tournament.
Yeah.
Like, to me, when you went from 64 to 68, I didn't like that. Now you're going to add 8 more teams. Like, come on. For me, the NCAA tournament is like the greatest event that we have in this country. I think it's just a fun tournament, and it was perfect. But what we always have to mess with everything.
Yep. I would think the NIT you just put a nail in their coffin, because you're going to take teams to get in there that are going to be under 500, you would think. And so the little guys are going to get swallowed up, because the mid-majors are not going to get the attention, I don't think, that the big – and they go back to using Auburn, who didn't get in this year. That was one of the reasons they said, we're going to use that as an example. You know, they should have been in the tournament. They weren't. And there was another team they referenced that had to go to the NIT. There's so many of them I can't remember. But anyway, they're going to go to 76 teams. The interesting part about that is, so they said, well, okay, you got more sites and more travel expenses for the NCAA. Well, how are you going to offset that? We're going to get alcohol-based companies to get them more involved to sponsor these games. Okay. And the gambling folks.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and
why don't
then
we just bring the cigarette companies and the vape companies in too, you know?
I mean, it's open them up.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already doing liquor.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do beer, and so Tom, you're being approved. Yeah, I am. So, but that's what they're going to use to offset the expenditures. And the funny part about all this is the women are going to expand too. And they said right up front, we lose millions every year on the women's NCAA tournament. We're going to expand it too. They have to, I guess, to keep up with the Joneses,
Title IX.
the political correctness, and the Title IX. But you're throwing money down a rat hole. I mean, they're not making money now, so they're going to go ahead and just say we're going to lose money, but we got to do what we got to do. So the whole thing's crazy. It has filtered down to high school July 1st. In law here in Tennessee, you have, if you're a middle school student or high school student, you get a chance to transfer one time before school starts. You don't have to have a reason why. You know, up to this point, you'd have some flim-flam reason. Well, Joseph picked on me. I got bullied in third period. I don't want to go anymore because I'm being bullied and blah, blah. He'll take my toys and go somewhere else, which is not life, but that's what they're letting them do. So how many times you like to get up and leave Ivy Hall and go, you know, I go somewhere else because I'm having a bad day?
Daily when somebody says something or does something. But, I mean.
So we're teaching these kids, is what we're doing, that if you don't like what Joseph does, just leave. Just go somewhere else. That ain't life. You can't do that. You can't run forever. I've tried to instill in my girls, you're going to work with people that you don't like. They're going to be lazy, don't pull their weight. They're going to be condescending. They're going to be know-it-all. I mean, there's going to be, pick the personality. There is no perfect world, and so consequently with this transfer thing, if you don't like what's going on, now some of this is legit, I guess. I guess it's legit to transfer. Probably, maybe the only thing I would see would be, for me, is playing time. But personalities, you can run for every stop you get. I know people jump churches all day. There ain't no perfect church. You go to a church, you're going to find something you don't like. If you go on a job site, am I right? You're going to find somebody or something you don't like. You transfer from team A to team B, you'll get over and go, not a whole lot different. Maybe the names have changed, but the same people at team A are still doing the stuff at team B.
You know, our preacher says, you know, from the pulpit, he'll say, you know, I'm happy to go to church with all you folks, but I wouldn't want to go on vacation with you, with some of you. So I mean, you know, it's just the way it is.
It's the way it is. So the transfer rules now in place come July 1st here in Tennessee. You know, whether you like it or not, I asked Lucas before you got here. Lucas Honeycutt stopped by. He said, whether I like it or not, it's here. We got to deal with it. So it is the wild, wild west, and so we'll see how it goes with these teams. I know here in Elizabethton, it's a pretty good thing. I mean, we got facilities probably as good as anywhere for a school the size of Elizabeth in a town of 14,000. You got the Riders Center for Athletic Performance. Citizens Bank Stadium's got a new turf. They play baseball in the big league ballpark. The River Riders down at Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. Softball's got turf. I mean, track just got some new upgrades there. So from a facility standpoint, you ain't gonna get much better than what you got in Elizabeth.
No, it's top notch. I love driving. So when I drop my girls off from school, I end up driving every day by the tennis courts and the softball field, and it's just that softball field, the work that Kenny's done. I feel like my girls they're not into sports. I keep praying that they will be, but man, if I had a girl that played softball, I would love to get them down at Elizabeth, and it's just like you said, top notch facilities all the way around.
All the way around. Tennessee football. Talking to Joseph Taylor. We got him for a couple more minutes. We're live here again at Port Travis Deli. We'll take a look at some Major League Baseball. So Tennessee football, we're in summer workouts now. I guess what they call it. Spring practice is over. So we're bearing down, getting ready for starting camp here in 60 days or so. So anything else you've heard on the quarterback?
I haven't heard any news on the quarterback, but I feel like that thing's probably going to go all the way probably to the first. I think they have 4 scrimmages in the fall camp. I'd say that one will go at least the first 2 scrimmages before he nails down a starter. I've heard great things about the defense, that they're further along than they thought they would be. A lot of people said it takes 2 years to install his system, but they brought in guys that have played for him. Then they brought in coaches that have coached under him, and I think that they're further along than they expected to be. So expecting big things out of the defense, and we may need it with a first-time quarterback. So we'll see.
One of the most important parts of a football team, we got one in Elizabeth that's dandy. Will Bowers. All the big boys are recruiting him and talking him hot and heavy as our place kicker. We don't hear much about the kicking game at Tennessee, and yet it always ends up being a big part of the season. What's our punter place kicker like?
They brought in a transfer. I think he transferred in from Louisville. He's got a big leg, and I think the kicking game will be under control. And our punter, I believe this is his 4th year, Jackson Ross. So our punt game will definitely be top notch. So I think special teams wise, we should be ready to go.
Lest you think the calendar's not moving along, tomorrow we'll start a countdown. It'll be 100 days till kickoff starting tomorrow. So that's incredibly unbelievable. So we're wrapping up spring sports now. Graduation's coming up in a couple of weeks. We're going to stream graduation here. We're going to stream Awards Day next Wednesday. A week from tomorrow, we'll do Awards Day at the high school. We did Tia Duggar last week. Got a tremendous response. We're going to live stream the Awards Day. It's all about the kids. On the 20th, graduation's the 22nd. Then everybody disappears, goes and does whatever they do for vacation, and circle back around, and here we go.
It'll be here, and hopefully if you need a play-by-play man at any point during the football season, you can tag me in. I'm available.
Oh yeah, Tia Duggar's got 5 home games this year.
Yes, sir.
5 and 3, I think is what Ryan told me. So I got the schedule, and they start before the high school does. So yeah, it's less than 100 days for Tia Duggar. It's incredible. The last 15 years, they're 95 and 19.
That's amazing. Just absolutely amazing.
Got 60, 70 kids out of here for football this year. They got a junior cyclone little mini camp coming up. And so they had a camp down there I guess it was last Friday or Friday before last, all run together. Baseball and softball season's a blur for me. So, but they had a camp down here, and the kids, it was well received. And so you just keep on keeping on. And, we wrap things up for this school year and athletic year, and then boom, you take a little time off, and here we go again.
It's go time.
It's go time. So, are you hungry?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Put my sandwich in right now. I'm gonna try the ham and turkey, the Mad Italian.
Report back. Let me know how it goes.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
As always, Jay. He's a good man. He's my bud. That's old JT. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Here's another good guy too, Mike Barnett from Big John's Closeouts. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball next on the Tom Taylor Sports. Talking to Mike Barnett, the owner of Big John's Closeouts, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Why buy here from the local guy versus the big box chain stores?
Well, I think one of the things you have to consider when you're talking about buying local is you're supporting people that live in your community, that worship with you, that are involved in civic groups with you, that your neighbors, people that you've known for years, and also the proceeds stay right here in Carter County. They go to not only pay the taxes here and stuff, which any business that exists here does, but it supports athletic programs, it supports nonprofits, it supports needs within the community, maybe where you've got a veteran that has a need or something that we can help offset the cost through discounts or donations, and stuff. Then we get hit with that quite a bit, as far as that nature. So we're able to help the community as well as encourage our young people, both from small all the way up to high school, with banners, sponsoring their sports teams and stuff of that nature. Plus, we have a vested interest in helping the customer that comes in. We want them to get the right item for the job and leave with what they need to finish that job. We want to listen to them, understand what they're doing, and they're not just to us just a number, if you would. They're someone we want to build a relationship with and a friendship with that trust us.
Pretty simple, folks. Be loyal, buy local, and buy from Big John's Closeouts in downtown Elizabethton, where they hammer high prices. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Hi, I'm Heather, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is getting the perfect bite. It's probably not the first bite, it's the second or the third, with the juicy chicken and the delicious pickle. The bite with the pickle is it. I mean, that is like the magic combination.
And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live here again at Poor Trav's Deli. Joseph's going to get him a sandwich. I'm getting me a sandwich in about 25 minutes. All right, softball, a lot of it got rained out yesterday, understandably so. So you look at how things went. You had, from yesterday's game, Cloudland beat Cosby 11-6. Crockett defeated Granger 3-0. It was Eagleton Academy defeating South Green 14-3 in girls regional softball play. Dobbins Bennett, let's see here. Dobbins Bennett beat, I'm trying to read this. I'm trying to read how this went here. Dobbins Bennett beat Maryville. Maryville beat DB. Somebody scored 3-2. And North Green beat Hancock County 10-0. So Maryville beat DB 3-2 in softball, if I read that correctly. The Robinson Middle School Redskins softball team heading to Chattanooga for a shot to play in the state championship game. That's awesome from our neck of the woods. They beat Saudi Days in extra innings. Robinson will take on the Siegel Cavaliers in the semifinal game. So congratulations to them and go. I'm not sure if they played yet, but when they do, we want them to do well. Bring it back to Northeast Tennessee, the Robinson Middle School softball team. So congratulations. Crockett yesterday shut down and blanked the Grizzlies. Haley Corm had 2 hits, scored a run, drove in 1, and Madeline Delaney scattered 3 hits, struck out 11 in the circle. They won over Granger 3-0. And so they'll play the winner of today's game between the Cyclones and Volunteer. We will go, again, Crockett at 29-14 will play in the sub-state. They'll play the Volunteer or Elizabeth tomorrow in the regional finals. So we will, we're going down today, see if we can call it. I don't know what kind of broadcast facilities they've got, if any, so I'm not sure. So, and it's no disrespect, I just don't know. So if we can, we're going to do it. If we can't, then I hope you understand why. But that's the goal, is get down there today and see what happens down at Volunteer at Churchill with the Lady Cyclones and the Lady Falcons. So, all right, I'm trying to see in the softball. Okay, that's baseball. We'll look here real quick while we're on the air. Softball, the regional softball. Yep, Maryville won. So DB's. Yep. Okay, so let's run down what we got. So Science Hill will play at home against William Blunt. Again, DB played Maryville, and Maryville won that game 3-2. In 3A, you know what happened. Granger and Crockett. Granger's eliminated. Crockett stays alive. They'll play the winners, we said, of the Volunteer Elizabeth game plays tonight at 6 o'clock at Churchill. In 2A, Unicoi County and Claiborne, and Eagleton and South Green. They played. I told you that one. It was Eagleton. Let's see. Eagleton beat South Green 14-1, if I'm reading this right. Kind of hard to read. It's kind of discombobulated. Let me look at another source real quick. We're here live again at Poor Trav's Deli. Let's see if we can't get this right here and get you a better clarification for me. I don't know about for you, but just for me. So Joseph's cleaning things up for me. I knocked papers on the floor. It's just pitiful all over the place. So here we go. Let's do this, and let's hit this, hit that, and hit this. Okay, of course it wouldn't pop up when I'm on there and I need you. There we go. Okay, here we go. Here's what we got. Cloudland beat Cosby in the single A semifinal. Cloudland won 11-6. Congratulations, Lady Highlanders. Crockett blanks Granger 3-0. Eagleton Academy did beat South Green 14-1. Maryville did beat Dobbinsville at 3-2, so I got those right. North Green blanks Hancock County 10-0. Unicoi County behind Leela Bird and the team whitewash run rule Claiborne 15-0. So Unicoi County will be playing against Eagleton Academy. So they'll play each other, and that'll be at Unicoi tomorrow night. So congratulations to the Lady Blue Devils. So they win. In single A, we told you, let's see, you had North Green, and they won. They beat Hancock County, and Cloudland won. So they will play that one at North Green tomorrow night. So good luck there to the two ladies' teams. So you have some playing today because of the rain out from yesterday, including Science Hill and William Blunt in Johnson City. Elizabeth and the Volunteer, obviously, our game at 6 o'clock tonight from Churchill. And let's see, Unicoi County, those two played. So, yeah, the double A and single A played. So got that out of the way. So you got two games playing tonight, basically. Elizabeth and Volunteer and Science Hill and William Blunt are playing in softball based on being rained out from yesterday. Now, the baseball regionals tomorrow night. You have in baseball regionals in 4A, Science Hill hosting Farragut. Dobbinsville travels to Oak Ridge tomorrow night in the baseball sectional. Then you have in 3A, Greenville hosting Anderson County, and Tennessee High will go to Gibbs in 3A baseball sectional play. In 2A, Pigeon Forge hosting Kingston. Sweetwater will be at home to Eagleton. And then in single A, back up here in Northeast Tennessee, University High, the Junior Bucks, will be hosting Greenback, and Hampton will travel to Coalfield. Those are tomorrow's games in sectional softball action tomorrow. So baseball's one notch ahead. You do district, regional, sectional. JT, gone. Give me a taste test and report back, sir, please. Yes, sir. Joseph Taylor, love that guy. Old JT's an icing. So, for those of you who don't know, in Tennessee, it's district. You're not from here, watching another state. A lot of you do, and I thank you for that. So, it's district, regional, sectional, and state tournament. So, the baseball's in the sectional. The regionals, one notch down, is where the ladies are right now chronologically. So, they will play softball tonight and baseball tomorrow night. We'll see how those go. All right? We're here live again at Poor Trav's Deli, the best steamed sandwiches in the Tri-Cities, bar none. Let's take a look at Major League Baseball, see what's going on there. We've got some NBA news, the National Hockey League. So the NBA, LeBron's gone. They got eliminated, got swept. So what's he going to do? He doesn't know, and so yeah, whatever. So he'll do whatever he wants to do. He's got lots of money, and he's a very talented guy. He's one of the greatest of all time. Some say the greatest, and I don't agree with that. But he's certainly one that you got to put him in the top 5 all time. But anyway, his season's over. The Lakers got eliminated, so Oklahoma City moves on. So he said, I don't know what I'm going to do. He's a free agent. He can come back to the Lakers or go somewhere else. So there you go. This T. Duggar boys sectional bound tomorrow Warriors Path. That's good. The boys golf from T. Duggar. And the soccer, we're trying to get Coach Wilson down here tomorrow. Talk about the T. Duggar. Not soccer, but the track and field team. And maybe the golf team too. Get them to come down here. Coached and talk tomorrow. We'll be at Lingerfield Drug Center tomorrow. So maybe we can make that happen. The little Brett fellow was just in here just now. Came and got him I think he's not still here. He came and got him a sandwich. All right, Major League Baseball. Everything's under the lights tonight. Cleveland. Let's see, where's Texas at? Texas is back home again tonight against Arizona. Atlanta hosting the Cubbies tonight. Grant Holmes on the mound for Atlanta. Ray will go for the Cubs in Atlanta. The Reds, our other regional team, home against the Washington Nationals. Singer will be on the mound for the Reds tonight. Other games, Angels at Cleveland, the Yankees in Baltimore. Colorado, Pittsburgh. Paul Skeens on the mound for the Pirates tonight. He is a phenomenal pitcher. Red Sox at home against Philadelphia in Fenway tonight. Tampa Bay, Toronto. Detroit and New York to battle the Mets. Kansas City and Chicago opposing the White Sox. Milwaukee home to San Diego tonight. Miami will be at Minnesota. Arizona, Texas, as we told you. Seattle at Houston. That phone rings all the time in here. I love it. St. Louis against the Athletics. And then the Dodgers and San Francisco. Round 2 at Dodger Stadium. Hauser for the Giants and Yamamoto will go for the Dodgers tonight in the Dodger Stadium at Chavez Ravine in L.A. All right, Jacob Mizorowski. God, this kid is unbelievable. 24-year-old kid. Just got done throwing the fastest baseball as a starter in baseball history. Now, you think you're standing in home plate waiting for that ball to come. This guy rears back. I mean, it was 5 in a row. Yep, 101. He threw 57 fastballs against the Yankees and averaged 101. His 94th pitch tonight was clocked at 103 miles an hour. Now, you stand there with the bat, and this guy's on the mound. He rears back and throws a baseball at 103 miles an hour. I'm thinking right then is when I would get probably a Charlie horse or a hangnail. So, Coach, I'm going to do this. No, would not be up there swinging. I would like the challenge. But anyway, this guy's throwing the fastest in the history of Major League Baseball, up to 103 miles an hour. Now, I'm not a doctor, don't pretend to be. I can't imagine it being easy on your arm. I would think it has to be doing something. Have a guy throw, 57 pitches over 100 miles an hour. The whole night he averaged 99.3, but he had 50-some pitches over 100 miles an hour. That has to do something to your arm, I would think. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not a doctor, don't pretend to be, but I would think that would be pretty tough on your arm. All right, NBA playoffs. Again, we were telling you the Thunder moving on. They swept the Lakers last night, beat them 115-110, won at 4-0. And so they're waiting now. They went to the Minnesota-San Antonio series, which will play again tonight. The Cavaliers went on a 23-0 run to open up the second half and topped Detroit in Game 4. They tied that series at 2-2. How do you, in professional basketball, how do you score 23 unanswered points? The other team doesn't do something. 23 points in a row in an NBA game? Did you watch it? No, I don't watch it. I'm not watching that stuff. It's not basketball to me, but it's out there and people are. And so, but no, I don't watch a lot of NBA basketball at all. National Hockey League last night. Colorado skates past Minnesota 5-2. They lead the series 3-1 tonight on the ice. Buffalo at Montreal. They lead at 2-1 to the Canadiens. Are at home on the ice against the Buffalo Sabres, and Vegas and Anaheim are tied at 2. They'll drop the puck at 9:30 tonight in Las Vegas twixt the Vegas Knights and Anaheim Ducks, and that series is best of 7's tied at 2 apiece. So there you go. That's what's going on there. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. We are just about ready to break for bread. Can't wait to give you some lunch. Good stuff. The best steamed sandwich in the Tri-Cities, bar none. What'd you kids get? Reuben, what'd you get, sir? There you go. Reuben and roast beef back here behind me. So Joseph he got the mat at and he said, I'm going back to the office and report back how it was. I can tell you how it was. It's going to be very good. Hey, coming up Friday, we're going to be at David Collins. Collins and Company going to Park Food City this Friday to be at his annual Customer Appreciation Day on G Street. Not downtown where we normally are, but up on G Street at the warehouse. And it's going to be really cool. I've never been in it. I'm looking forward to being there and seeing all they have. It's right up here on G Street here in Elizabeth. And the Customer Appreciation Day will be there with David Collins and the gang at collinsandcompany.info. Tell us why. A lot of real estate companies out there. Why David Collins and Collins and Company?
Well, we service before and after the sale. I think that's a big thing. And follow through on phone calls. I think, and I have a lot of people just comment on how professional our website is, how professional our agents are in what we do and how we follow through with things. For instance, I'm not telling the name of a real estate company or anything like that. That's had a buyer that bought one of our houses through another agency, and she just called me. She said, my agent didn't show up at closing, didn't bring me any keys, we didn't do a final walkthrough. That's pretty sad. And, I just want to let folks know, you come here, you're going to get service, follow through. We're going to work through with you, follow you through the process, help you through the process. You don't have a lender. We've got lenders we recommend, attorneys for closing we recommend, and you get full service here.
End of story. Full service. Phone number to call?
423-543-5741.
A 97% closing ratio, folks. Collins and Company, great sponsor of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher. Our butchers offer special orders, custom cuts, and even entire meal recommendations. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
Huh, I bet he'd be great at wrapping presents.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
Folks from Port Travis Deli, it's football time in Tennessee, as the late John Ward said. So Friday night, going to the ball game, come by and get your sandwiches. Tell us how you can help us.
Hey, just give us a call, 543-6128, and tell us what you like. White dark bread, we've got ham, turkey, roast beef, corned beef, pastrami, make a good steak sandwich. You want some chicken salad, some pickles and eggs. If you just want a snack, some people just like to snack at the ball game, don't really want to eat a big meal. We can take care of that for you. We got chips and drinks if you want to pack your cooler or whatever. Got anything you need.
Yep, 543-6128 is what you call, or the number you call, and he'll have it ready for you. So if you're heading to the game, how much time should we allow you to get them ready?
Usually about 10 to 15 minutes is a pretty good time.
Yep, 10 or 15 minutes.
About 10 to 15 minutes, we'll take care of you.
Yep, ready to go. 543-6128. Again, it will be an excellent opportunity to come by and get some great food.
Yep, love to serve you.
Love to serve you, absolutely. How do you find us on social media?
We got a Facebook page. You can look us up there, leave us some feedback, give us a like.
Yep. Friday night football, Saturday football, whenever you need sandwiches, here's the place to come. Port Travis Deli, 543-6128, one of our great sponsors here on Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are here again live at Port Travis Deli. So, a couple of things. Number one, Craig Morton, who led the Cowboys and the Denver Broncos to their first Super Bowl appearances, passed away over the weekend. He was 83 years old. Member of the Broncos Ring of Fame, Morton spent the final 6 years of his 18-year career in Denver. In 77, he led the Broncos to the franchise's first Super Bowl. Ironically, Denver's opponent today was the Cowboys, who Morton led to the Super Bowl 7 years earlier. So Craig Morton gone at the age of 83, and so he was a heck of a quarterback. Again, led the Cowboys to their first Super Bowl, losing to the Colts 16-13 back in 1970. But again, took two teams to the Super Bowl, one being the Cowboys, one being the, again, Denver Broncos, gone at the age of 83. Now, one more college football story. Old Lane, he can do it. He can stir the pot. Lane Kiffin says some top recruits would tell him they were not interested in coming to Ole Miss while he was running the program, before his move to LSU. He said the reason why was the diversity. So he said some of the folks said they didn't really want to come to Oxford, Mississippi. The population, Baton Rouge, home to LSU's campus, is 52% African American and 34% white. Oxford, home to Ole Miss, is 66% white and 26% African American. Kiffin said that some of the folks that he would try and recruit said, we'd love to come play. We're just not interested in coming to Ole Miss because of the diversity or lack of diversity in the population at Ole Miss, at Oxford, Mississippi, rather. So, I don't know. What? I'm not sure I even read that, but that's what he said. Lane Kiffin said it. So, but he's always stirring the pot. Now, the NFL schedule comes out Thursday, day after tomorrow. So we told you some of the things. They're going to have a triple header on Christmas again this year. They've got how many? They got out of country games, more international games this year. They're talking about putting the game on Thanksgiving Eve. We'll find out Thursday if it happens. They release the schedule for the whole year. League giving serious consideration to playing a primetime game on Thanksgiving Eve, plus the traditional games on Thanksgiving Day. Then the Christmas triple header will be 3 games. So there's more and more players are coming out against this. They said, we want to be with our families on Christmas. They get us from July till basically January now, and they do with the mini camps and then training camp and preseason. He said, so Christmas, which is with family, and they're right, said, we don't want to play on Christmas because we want to spend time with our family. We don't want to play on Thanksgiving. So some of these teams, when the schedule comes out, they may very well play on Thanksgiving and Christmas. I hope not. But anyway, there are more and more players becoming more vocal about not playing, in particular on Christmas Day. I get that. It's all about family. Plus, it's the Lord's birthday. They didn't ask me. Second Black Friday game might be in play. They added a Black Friday game 3 years ago. There could be a second one coming up along with the Thanksgiving Eve games. There may be a game on Thanksgiving Eve, 3 on Thanksgiving Day, and 1 on Black Friday. So, actually maybe a doubleheader on Black Friday. So they're talking about playing a game on Thanksgiving Eve, 3 on Thanksgiving Day, and 2 on Black Friday. So that's 6 games over the Thanksgiving break, plus your regular games on Sunday when they play on Sunday on Thanksgiving weekend. They are not going to have the NFL have any more doubleheaders on Monday. They're going to pull the plug on that, so that wasn't a good idea. The 2026 schedule will feature 272 games, and so we'll know on Thursday who exactly is everybody playing, their home schedule and their away schedule. The only one I'm worried about, of course, is the Raiders. So who they're going to be playing. So anyway, that's what's going on for the NFL schedule. All right, here's what we're doing. We're going to truck down to Churchill here in a little while and see if we can pull this game off. We'll see if they've got a place for us to broadcast. If they don't, we won't. It's real simple. So we're working on that behind the scenes. And so, if in fact they've got what we need to broadcast, we will. If not, we'll watch it and cheer on the Cyclones and see what happens tomorrow night. If they win, they'll play tomorrow night at Crockett. If they lose, the season's over. So it'll be every pitch, every swing, every hit, everything's going to be dramatized because it's somebody's season hanging in the balance. So it'll be the Lady Cyclones and Lady Falcons at Volunteer at Churchill. 6 o'clock first pitch. If we can get down and get set up and make it happen, we'll go in there about 5:45 with the broadcast. So that's the goal. We'll see if it works. We'll do the best we can. If we can't, we can't. Soccer tonight. We've got soccer going on for Elizabethton Cyclone Soccer at Citizens Bank Stadium. That's going to be tonight. Beautiful night for whatever's going on. It's gorgeous out here. Let's see just exactly what we got going on. It is match day, and they are playing. Doesn't say who they're playing. Oh, they're playing Volunteer. I'm sorry, the AA semifinals. So they've got the Falcons here at Citizen Bank Stadium in soccer. We've got regional softball at Volunteer against the Lady Falcons down there. So there you go. Final break. We'll be right back. We are here live again at Poor Trav's Deli on an absolute gorgeous day in the neighborhood, and it is nice. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The spring of 2026. We need the rain. Lord gave us some rain the other day. We need some rain, but it is beautiful out here today. Don't see any clouds in the sky. It's gorgeous. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. We're at Poor Trav's Deli on show number 2495, the big celebration coming up on Monday right down the street at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, and we're looking forward to doing that. And we appreciate the young lady, everything she's doing to make it happen. She's doing a great job for us. We'll be right back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to our great sponsor of Cyclone Sports and Tom Taylor Sports Show, Dr. Smith, and folks at Physical Therapy Services. For those out there who have no clue, tell us what it's all about.
Physical Therapy Services is a local mom and pop run physical therapy and occupational therapy clinic. We have clinic locations. We have 3 locations, 2 in Elizabethton, 1 in Roan Mountain. Our main office, where I'm located at 1975 West Elk Avenue, we focus on adults and athletic injuries. We have a pediatric clinic at 1500 West Elk Avenue that does both physical therapy and occupational therapy for the little kiddos out there. And then we have a clinic in Roan Mountain as well to take care of our wonderful Carter Countyans in the Roan Mountain community, and all focused on orthopedics and sports-related injuries, along with just general concerns with patients and people that want to be able to get out and move better. The human body is made to move, and that's what we try to do, is keep people moving.
Keep people moving. Hours are open.
7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Social media, how do we find out more about you?
Physical Therapy Services on Facebook. Look us up. You can also find us online at ptstn.net. And or you can just call the office, 423-543-0073, and we will put you in touch with the right people to get you the correct care that you need, whether it's through us or through one of our other affiliates that we work with.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, love promoting them. Again, the great folks at Physical Therapy Services, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Out and about, ball games, ball practices, on the move. Make that phone number, put in your phone, 543-6128. Stop by and get some sandwiches, right? Tell me about it.
Yeah. Give us a call real quick on your way to whatever event or gathering you've got going on there when the weather's nice, and we'll have that bag ready for you when you get here about 10 minutes later.
Yep. Talk about the subs, the poor boys. You sell a lot of those, the cold subs. We don't talk enough about those.
Yeah, when the weather warms up, people like them cold sandwiches. They have bologna, salami, ham, and cheese on them. We've got a 6-inch on a soft split deli roll, and then we have the 12 inches on the sesame seeded Grecian bread.
Yep.
Mix it up with some mayonnaise, mustard, lettuce, tomato, lots of them spicy onions.
Yep, the 12-inch goes for $6.49. The 6-inch will go for $5.19, and they're piled high with meat. They don't scrimp here at Poor Travis Deli. So
if you like extra, you can always add extra. You make it thick as you like.
There you go. So those are the cold subs. Let's talk about the salads real quick. Tell me about the salads at Poor Travis.
We'll put you a fistful of lettuce in a tray with some shredded ham, roast beef, or turkey, some shredded cheese. We have tomatoes, spicy onions, some crunchy croutons, 2 packs of dressing. We have ranch, Italian, honey mustard, and Thousand Island.
Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 9, closed on Sunday. Phone number is 543-6128, Broad Street, Elizabeth, and right across from the Jeweler's Bench. One of our great sponsors, who sponsors the player of the game, by the way. Don't forget that. He puts free sandwiches in these kids' hands for being the star player of whatever sport we're covering. So
I think they like it.
They do like
They
it.
do like it.
Yep, they do like it. And so we like giving it. He likes to give it.
That's right.
And so we appreciate it's a win-win for everybody. Poor Travis Deli. Be loyal, buy local. Support Poor Travis Deli here in Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show at Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Poor Travis Deli. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Before we get out of here, let's give you the verse today. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. Today, certainly no different. It's a good one. They're all good. Isaiah 41:13. He says, "Wow, for I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear. I will help you." I know a lot of folks out there dealing with a lot of stuff right now. Do not fear, I will help you. Isaiah 41:13. For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you. Is that not awesome? Gosh. It's got to help you a little bit, going through what you're going through and knowing that the God of creation says that, I will hold your hand. Do not fear, I will help you. Thank you, God, for this awesome promise. Man, it is. All right, so here's our story. We're going to load up and head down to Church Hill, and we'll see if we can find us a place to broadcast. It's real simple. I don't know what Coach said. The facilities down there, we're going to see what's going on. We're going to try to broadcast. If we can't, we can't. But that's the goal, to be down there tonight to do a 6 o'clock first pitch. the Cyclones and the Volunteer Lady Falcons in the regional semifinal. The winner moves on. The loser is eliminated. The winner will go to Crockett tomorrow night and play for the regional championship. Again, if you win tonight, you're guaranteed tomorrow and Friday. So that's a good thing. And so we'll see how that goes. We will go on air again with the broadcast right around 5:45 with the first pitch at 6 and see what happens. And so until then, we want to say thanks to our guest, of course, Joseph Taylor and Lucas Honeycutt, cameo appearance, Coach Ken Arden, the softball coach, Lady Cyclone softball coach, and, of course, Richard Oakes from right here at Port Travis, the best steam sandwich in the Tri-Cities. Here it is, 543-6128, right here on Broad Street, right across from the Jewelers Bench, one of our great sponsors as well. So we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Tomorrow's show will be at Lingerfield Drug Center here in downtown Elizabeth, and Thursday will be at Carter County Bank. Friday will be, as we said, will be at the Collins and Company Customer Appreciation Day on G Street on Friday. We'll be there, bro. There's John's in the house. I ain't seen him in a coon's age. John's here. Wow, he's looking good too. All right, that's going to do it. He's been sick. He's looking good. That's going to do it. Back with you again, hopefully, 5:45 from Volunteer High School. Until then, we'll say as always, bloom where you're planted, win or lose, be a good sport, and come get the best steam sandwich in the Tri-Cities. They've got, again, as we've told you, ham, turkey, mad Italian, which is a combination of ham and turkey, corned beef, roast beef, Reuben, pastrami, steak and cheese, roast beef and cheese, all these with cheese. You get a BLT, basically it's a Southern tradition, bacon, lettuce, and tomato, a pepperoni and cheese, a meatball sub. Man. And then the poor boy subs. These are the cold subs. All those are steamed. But if you just want a cold sub, the poor boy sub, the 12-inch, the footers for $7.99, and the little poor boy sub, 6-inch sub is $6.29. Full of bologna, salami, ham, cheese, mayo, mustard, lettuce, tomato, spicy onions, the way you want it. Again, right here at Port Travis Deli. Great sponsor, of course, as always, of our Players of the Game. We always appreciate him doing that. So we will see you back, fingers crossed, hopefully at 5:45 for Lady Cyclone softball against the Lady Falcons of Volunteer. We'll see them. Thanks. Be audio only, so you hear from us then. Thanks for watching this show. Show number 2495 on this Tuesday,